totally lost track of time. I totally lost track of time. My apologies, guys. Hello, everyone. Hi, everyone. Please like and share as a comment. I absolutely lost track of time. I thought this live stream was meant for 7 o'clock. Anna's expression was here. Guys, please like and share as a comment. Hello, fashion and lifestyle with Pearl. How are you, my beautiful sister? Please like and share this video as a comment. I absolutely lost track of time. I lost track of time this evening. Right. I'm trying to find something. Let me see if I can. Please like and share, guys, as a comment. Like and share as a com. Share. Copy link. Just waiting for others to join us. Hello, guys. Please like and share as a comment, and I will get started. And I'm sorry. I apologize that I'm just starting this video. I apologize. I apologize. Please like the live stream as a comment. So just a quick intro and then we shall get started while I download the video. So hello everyone, happy Saturday. Good evening, Vivi. How are you? How are you, my lovely sister? I saw you on Owodoyibo TV live stream yesterday. I was there. I was tired, but I was not commenting, but I was watching. So anyway, guys, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Wemimo Oluwa Wemimo, and I'm also known as Thatmumof5 and also known as TMO5 Kanduko. And yes, welcome back again to my channel. So according to the title of the video there, so Melissa, is it Melissa OT? I'm sure I've watched a video a few times, but I've watched a video a few times, and then I was on Choice TV's live stream. Was it yesterday? I decided that, oh, there are a few things that I felt like a video did not elaborate on. Maybe she's talked about those things, but obviously because I am not. Vivi said you have a gorgeous smile. But thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So when I was watching that Choice TV's live stream, and I went back on to watch even Melissa herself. Hello, OJ. Oh, my beautiful people are following in. Please like and share, guys, as a comment. So when I was watching Choice TV's live stream yesterday, there were a few things that was not really explained. And I went back to go watch Melissa Otis video as well. And I still felt like there were a few things as well that she did not. Lifestyle said, you are glowing, ma'am. OJ, no, I've not checked my email, but I will check while I'm here and I will see. But I'm sorry I came here late. I thought I scheduled this live stream for 7 o'clock. I've been in town. See, I've been doing window shopping. There's going to be a vlog coming maybe sometimes in the week. So I was out today doing a bit of window shopping, and I made a few purchases actually. I purchased this new fragrance from Zara. This is my second bottle from Zara. And I purchased this Bath and Body Work. It smells really good. So I was doing a bit of shopping today. So I'll check my email and I will respond to you as soon as possible, LG. So like I was saying, so I went back to go watch Melissa's videos as well. And I felt like, hello, Cindy Emmanuel, how are you? Thank you so much for the compliment. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, each and every one of you. Please like and share this live stream as you come in. If you're watching on your mobile phone, just double tap on the screen and it will give us the like. So like I was saying, I went on to go watch Melissa's video as well. But still, I actually did not really understand quite a few because maybe she has shared those things on her channel, but which obviously because I am not constantly on her video, I'm not always on her channel, so I wouldn't know much about the things she has said. Maybe she's discussed those things already, or maybe she's not discussed them. But I'm going to seek for permission to watch your video, Melissa OT. In case you come across my video, this is me taking permission to use your video to analyze what I'm going to be doing tonight. And also, I'm also going to be using this opportunity to share my own way, or my way I became, where I got my nose, obviously live to remain, and how I went on to like register my kids to become British citizen. So I'm not gonna start Melissa's video from the beginning, but I think from where she started talking about the could be how she, obviously how she started talking about them getting their leave to remain and stuff like that. But in the meantime, I was on Google and I was asking, obviously, maybe I should do a disclaimer. I am not an immigration officer. I do not work with immigration officers. I am a nurse, you all know. But these things, I'm just going to be speaking based on the experience I've had when I was doing interpretation for people who seek asylum, who seek asylum, and then obviously I interpreted for a lawyer and a law firm. So I'm just going to be speaking based on my experiences and also from other people's experiences as well. So if you need any legal immigration advice, I would highly recommend you go see an immigration lawyer. Don't take my word for it, oh. Don't take my word for it, okay? So, with that being said, there are so many routes to settlement in the UK. Hence why I always say that when you jackpot to the UK, make sure you jackpot to provide the right, through the right channel. Come into the UK with in like legally. Apply for the appropriate visa for yourself. If you want to come and visit, you know it is a visiting visa that you need. If you want to come and work in the UK, there are so many ways to actually, to actually come to the UK to work. Let me find this video. I'm trying to find the documentation here. Various visa routes. So I'm on the email, and I'm on the visa and immigration website right now. And this information I'm going to be giving you is widely available on the UK website, uk.www.gov.uk website. This information are widely available there for you. The things that our people don't read, okay? They don't read, they don't carry out their research, they just jump on the first ship they find. Hello, Abby. I lost track. I was immediately I came back. I was like, no makeup, no makeup on this face. I just have my brows and stuff. So I was like, before I rub off this brows and everything, let me quickly do a quick short video. So I lost track, trying to get my correct angle. So that was why I was late. I'm sorry, guys. So there are actually so many ways of entry into the UK, which will also ultimately lead to settlement in the UK. In terms of my own route, when I came into the UK, the way I came in is totally different from how I think it's probably the most way majority of Nigerians who are in the UK came into the UK, which is through the visiting route. Yes. Majority of the people who are in the UK, who are Nigerians, actually came through the visiting route and decided not to go back. Oh, okay, OJ. I'm going to be using that. I will definitely look into that, and I will schedule a live stream and then we'll do that. Thank you so much, OJ. So now I'm on www.gov.uk website, and here it says that there are so many visa routes to coming into the UK. So like me now, I really shouldn't be saying this on social media, okay? The way I came into the UK is different. And the route to which I took to settle down in the UK is different as well. The routes at which I used to settle down in the UK, would I recommend or would I advise anybody to do it now? My answer will be 50-50, yes and no. And I have my reason for it. Reason being that people are still coming in through the same route to do the same thing. But then, like I've always said on this channel, in case some people, when I was talking about it a few weeks ago, people were like, "Hey, stop saying this on social media. Your channel is not safe. People will start coming for you. Blah 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 blah." You all know, if you're an OJ or if you're an OG on my channel, you will know the route at which I settled in the UK. And then after I settled in the UK, there are so many other processes I went through, which I'm going to be freely discussing here with you. But let's talk about various visas that you can use to enter the UK. There's a visit visa. Visit visa is a visiting visa. Some they give them 6 months, some they give them 2 years, some they give them 10 years. I've got a family friend here who have 10 years, and they come here, spend 6 months, and they go back. They're elderly people and their children are living here in the UK. They come here, spend 6 months, and they go back. Come here, spend 6 months, and they go back. They have money, so they can do that. There's a work in the UK visa. A work in the UK visa is mostly for health and care worker visa, which we all know that majority of people were using before immigration in the UK realized how people are using it, and they stop people applying for that visa to stop coming with their dependents. So if you are coming under the health and care worker visa, there may be some there may be some what's this thing there may be some cases where INMADM abusing system, there may be some instances where they would allow some people come with their children, but it depends on the kind of job, or it depends on the care routes they've come through. So let's say, for instance, nurses who are maybe qualified and then they have family, they might be able to allow them bring their dependent, because I've read that it's not entirely all the people who are applying under the health and care visa that they are not allowing to bring their dependent. There are some people who are still applying and they're able to bring their children. Maybe you are a doctor, you are a consultant, people like that, they still apply and they still bring their dependents. So you just need to go and read the requirements and make sure that you have all the things they need in order for you to qualify to be able to bring your family with you. So there's skilled work visa as well. This is highly skilled people. I know a family here. The husband is a practicing lawyer in Nigeria, and when he got here, so he came into the UK with his family through highly skilled visa. Now they are doing great. So other visas available. There's study in the UK visa, which we all know are, students coming for their masters, MSc, and you all know people who are coming for masters as well. They've said they can't come with their families, and we all know. Hello, Choice TV. How are you? Please welcome my queen. We all know all these things were working fine for everybody that were coming in then. All these things were fine up until 2023, right? All of these things, all of these visas were benefiting each and everybody that were coming to the UK, right? Until they started abusing it. Until they realized that, okay, some of us in Nigeria are using it as a means to japa. So there are so many. That's why I say, if you want to jackpot, please carry out your research. Make sure you have the money. Don't go and borrow money. If you're having to sell your properties to travel abroad, and you are even traveling, you are traveling on a visiting visa, and you tend to stay here, or more, I go cost for you if you come and ask me for help. I met somebody recently. This person came to the UK with a visiting visa, and she said she does not intend to go back to Nigeria. And I'm like, you don't intend to go back to Nigeria. Why did you not apply through the right channel? Why did you not apply for the right visa? If you want to come and work in the UK, you could have applied for a working visa. You could have applied for an health and care visa. Okay, so there are so many visa route that which you can use to come into the UK. As long as you carry out your research, you have the requirements, you're able to provide all the things they need, and you'll be just fine. See, it is those who do not have the right visa to the UK that are struggling. I am telling you. Joy said, I am happy to join this topic. Work visa was called HSMP, Highly Skilled Migrant Program, later called exactly tier 1 permit, which has now been discussed. Yes, both were exactly. You are right. So Choice TV said, I am telling you, why sell or borrow? So now, like I said, there's so many visa routes, so many ways you can come into the UK legally. And my own way, the way I came in, I've already shared this slightly here, but I'm not going to go over it. So now I want to go based on Melissa's video. There are some things she said in that video, and I think we should expatiate on it because she did not really expatiate on it on her video. So Melissa OT, my name is Wemimo, also a content creator on you here. No hate at all towards you. I just want to watch your video. I felt like some things that were not really expatiated, and maybe you've shared them, but I've never seen them on your channel, or maybe because I'm not a constant visitor on your channel. But permit me to use this section of your video, all right? So let's listen to her.
Your salary threshold. My household, for instance, I have.
So this is where she's talking about. So this is where she's talking about not receiving a certain benefit in the UK, and you guys will hear why, and I'll let you guys know.
Child benefit, and it's painful because this is something that I could have used for their private let.
So she was talking about the fact that that she has 3 children in the UK, and she's not getting any benefit other than childcare, whatever that she's getting for her children. One thing I want you to know is this: if you are in the UK, you are permanently settled now, because you cannot. If you are not permanently settled in the UK, you will not be entitled to any public fund. You will not be entitled to any benefit at all. Yeah, free school for your children, but you will not be entitled to any help whatsoever. So if you're in the UK, the government has a certain rate that husband and wife must earn if you are earning that particular money between both of you. So let's go. So if you are earning a salary if you're earning a salary of less than if you're earning a salary from 0 to 12,500, you will not pay a tax. If your if your if your salary in a year is from 12,570 to 1,000 to 50,270, you will pay 20% tax, and you might still qualify for a little bit of benefit. So that will be like child benefit and stuff. Before, there used to be child tax credits. That child tax credit, no matter how many children were you born, government will give you money for each of the children. But they stopped that, I think, 3 years ago. See, that child tax credit, all of my children, I was not affected by that change. It was only been changed that they will only pay for the first two children that you have. So that new system was started, I think, in 2022 or 2021. So as of 2021, if you have four children, they will only pay you benefits for the first two children. The other two children, they will not pay you anything. People who are born in now, if you born five children, within 3 years, they will only pay for the first two children. The remaining children, they will not pay. But for me, because I was on the old system, till tomorrow, they are still paying me child tax credit, which is now universal credit. They are still paying me the money. The only time they stop the money is as soon as your children clocks the age of 18. And before they stop that money, they will send you a letter to ask if that your child is going to university straight or to college. So my own first two children, because they went to university straight, they did not stop that money that they were paying me for them. They only stopped it when they both turned 19 each. So why I knew they stopped it is there's a clause to that money is that my son did not go straight to university. He went to college. They stopped that money they were paying me for him. Why? Because they believe that he's going to get more financial support for the fact that he's going to college straight, unlike university. So when I said that old system, the new law did not affect me. Also, as at the time that my children were still below the age of 18, I was still being paid government money, this tax money for all of my children. Every month, I was still getting it. Even now, I have two children under the age of 18. I'm still getting paid child benefits and universal credit. I'm still getting paid for. So I will continue to get paid for them until they are 18 or they go to university. So assuming as I am now, my salary a year is over 60,000 plus. I will not get shingbai from the government. Oh, let me read comments. So it's jumping, guys. Let me read comments. So I've read OJ's comment. Choice to say why okay. This immigration wahala, no be small. So tough. Please like this video. Yeah. Hello, Ashley. No cost to public fund. Yes, Vivi, you are right. Make I share to my younger. Please share to your younger sister. Choice TV. Please like the live stream, guys. Wow. So yours did not stop. No, mine did not stop. As at 3 years ago, so at 3-4 years ago, my oldest two will have been 14 and 15. They were still giving me their money. They were still paying me. The money they did not cut the money. They said the letter that they let you know if you're going to be affected or not, but I was not affected. And I know why, because I already had all of my children in the old system, so it did not affect me. So anybody that is born in now, from that 2021, any people that are born in from there, so if you decide maybe within 3 years you now have 4 children, they will only pay you for the first 2 children. The remaining children, if you like have 20 children, or the remaining 18 children you have, they will not pay them. They will only pay the first 2 children. That's the new system. What they are doing is that they want to make sure that people are going to work once their children exceed the age, or once their children reach the age of going to school. So as a parent in the UK, if you have a child below the age of 4, as a woman, you are not supposed they will not force you to go and work. They will not force you to go and work. As long as you have a child below the age of 4 years old, they will not force you to go and work. But as soon as your child, or the youngest child in your house, or the youngest of your children, as soon as that child turns 4 and the child starts school, job center will send you alele, go and find job. Even at part-time, you should go and find a job. I think these Jackpot people spoil my things. Yes, Choice TV, you are right. Abby said they don't give that money again. So the money now, the child tax credit has now changed to universal credit. Abby, child tax credit is now changed to universal credit. So HMP, is it HMP? What do they call them? I can't remember what they are, whatever now. They've now, a new system has now taken over it, which is called universal credit. So universal credit will now combine whatever benefits you are entitled to, either disability, whatever, they will assess you. Any of the benefits you are qualified for, they will assess you and they will pay you in lump sum like that every month. Some people they pay them every month. Me, I chose to get mine every month. So they don't give that money, okay, or dependent on household income. So universal credit also is also dependent on your income. So for me now, immediately I started my nursing job, and my salary tripled what I was earning. They cut it. So when I started so it's been 2 years I've been working as a nurse now. That was in 2022. So immediately I collected my first salary, they cut. So let's say, for example, my 5 children, they were giving me 1,000. No, according to the government, because I have 5 children, I'm supposed to be getting £2,300 every month. Yes, according to the calculation that the government said I should live on with my children, I am supposed to be getting £2,300. So they now said there's something called benefit cap, saying that because I work, they have capped the money that I'm supposed to be getting. They now started paying 1,600. So they cut off almost £600 from me. And then when I now started my job, they tell me if I'm earning above a certain amount every month, they will cut how much I get in for the children every month. So you can imagine I started getting £2,300 every month. Now I only get £400. And I understand why they cut that, because my 3 kids are 18. But then they're only giving me money for the younger two because they're still below the age of 18. So the thing with this benefit is this: if you live on benefit in this country, you will not progress. I just have to let you know that. You'll be restricted to the things you can afford. You'll be restricted to the kind of life you want to live. Let me read comments. Bibi said, yes, universal credit has taken over. It puts everything together. Yes. Choice said, Mom of Five. So it is also called job center. Yes, it is called job center in the UK, but the department that handles this is called DWP. Vivi said, yes, that's because universal credit is mistested. Yes, as if I'm not working now, I'll be getting that £2,300 monthly. No means. But it will, at some point, they will reduce it because my 3 older children are above 18, so they no longer pay for them. I'm only getting support because of my 2 younger ones who are less than 18 years old. And because I am now working, I am working full time, and with my salary, they're not even supposed to be giving me anything anymore. But I'm still getting something, and that something is just small, like £400 every month. So yes, because remember when it changed and all. Yes, because you work and your kids are big. Yes. So, yes, the job center is where you attend appointments and interviews. So Abby said, but technically, don't kids in college and not get weekly money? No, Abby, they don't. Kids who go to college, you either have to apply for loan, student loan, and your school fees. That's how it happens. That's what my son had to do. Like I said, he only turned 18 last month. When he started college, he had to apply for loan, student loan, and his school fees, which they paid. So government pays for his school fees. So student loan, but because he started college before he turned 18, he was entitled to young student bursary. Abby, the money they give them every week is only when they are at college, 6th year, sixth form. Yes, they give them that 140 something pounds every 2 weeks or every 4 weeks, every month. Yes, he got that when he was in sixth form. All of my kids got that when they were in sixth form. But as soon as they finish sixth form, they don't get that money anymore. It's either you go to uni, you apply for your student loan, or whatever you want to do, maybe go find a job. Yes, Abby. So I think my son was getting maybe 160 every month. All of them got almost 160 at sixth form, and that also was mistested as well. That's also means tested as well. So because my children, all of them started uni and college at a very young age, so they are entitled to young student bursary. That's like £3,000. They will give them £3,000 over the year that they don't have to pay back. So that's the benefit of starting uni at a very young age. So my oldest started uni by 18. So that's that. My head is hot with this topic, different from Germany. Yes, so Vivis Abby said, yeah, uni has always been the same step. You apply to, yes. Vivi said, yes, only if the child progresses to sixth form or college. Yes, you are right. So let's continue. So as for Melissa now, she and her husband are earning a lot. I think I heard from my video that her husband is a doctor or something, and I don't know what job she does. So being a doctor and your own income, I'm sure they'll probably be on an annual income of almost 120,000 per annum. And yes, she was right. You will not get shingbai. And I think it's a good thing because you don't get any support from the government. Your salary is enough for you. You're doing fine. You're living fine, right? So the thing with this country is that if you are dependent on benefits, you will never do well for yourself. You will never do well for yourself. The people who are doing well for themselves on benefit are the ones that are claiming disability. Maybe they said there's something wrong with them upstairs, or there's something wrong with their leg. They can't walk. There are some sort of disability payment. Those are the only people who are actually making money and getting better money on benefits. Like me now. That's why you wonder why I'm jama everywhere for business. Because once my daughter turns 18, I will no longer get any support from them. And by then, obviously, they are going to be adults. They'll probably be able to find a part-time job for themselves. They'll be able to take care of themselves. But still, so with that being said, I don't know the kind of visa that Melissa and her husband have. But one thing I want you guys to know is, so let's go to the part of immigration. So I think I've been able to clarify the benefit one. The benefit in the UK, if you start having children, or yeah, if you start having children from year 2022 or 2021, you will not get any benefit whatsoever. So if you have 4 children, you will only get benefit for the first 2 children, and that is based on your income. The other remaining 2 children, you will not get anything. So just said, I'll be amazing as the money added up, so the money has gone up. They increased the money. It was 10 years, so the money has gone up. Abby, actually, I think my son, like I said, they got maybe like £160 or £180 every month. So it's every 2 weeks. So they broke it down like that. So that was that. So that money, my kids were collecting their own. They did not joke with that money. All I know was that yes, they were. I got the letter that they were going to pay them. My kids were collecting their money. They did not. Those kids did not hand over their money to me. I mean, Shebi is their free money. So I did not bother asking them. Vivi said, yes, if you put your mind on benefit, you can never progress and become stagnant. Benefits all over the world are structured in a way that you can never grow up. Exactly. So I had to give myself brain. At some point, I was like, I have 5 children. I'm getting 2,000 something. And I was like, at the end of the day, I want more for myself. I want to be able to do more. Hence why, I went back to uni, started full-time jobs today, and I did not regret it. So let's talk about settlement in the UK. We've already talked about various routes of visa. If you want to come into the UK, come into the UK in the legal way. There's various routes you can come into. So let's talk about settlement and citizenship. So I'm going to talk about when I got my settlement. So when I got my settlement, I was given indefinite leave to remain in year 2010. I've been in the UK since 2006. My work from 2006 to 2010. Immigration finally gave me indefinite leave to remain. And you guys know I went through the asylum process, right? So I was given indefinite leave in 2010. Mind you, when I entered into this country, I came in with myself, my husband, and my daughter, my oldest daughter, and she was 9 months old when I came into the UK with her. I was pregnant, about 5 months pregnant with my second daughter when I came into the UK. So as at that time, I had my second daughter when my visiting visa was still valid. So which meant that whatever your immigration status was when you were having your children is what your children would automatically be given. So if you came into the UK with a visiting visa and you have a child, even if your visiting visa don't expire, and you have a visa and you have a child, it is the way you came out, the route at which you came into the UK is what your child will be automatically be called. So, for example, I came into the UK with a visiting visa, and I have a child. As I born my Pekin finish, my Pekin is also a visitor. Assuming when I came into the UK, I had a 2-year visa. My 2-year visa will cover my child. I will just keep renewing visa for that baby and every other children that I'm giving birth to in the UK. But my own situation is different. My waka kurukede, my waka kurukede like that. In 2010, I got indefinite leave to remain. So between the pace of 2006 to 2010, I already had 4 kids. So I came in with my first child. Based on your status, yes, Abby. I came in with my daughter, my first one, when she was 9 months old, and I was pregnant with my second one. So at that time, when I gave birth to my second daughter, I was already an illegal immigrant because I did not have any sort of permit to stay in the UK. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. By the time I had my daughter, I was already an illegal immigrant because my visiting visa already run out, expired. So, which meant that me being an illegal immigrant, as I have my baby, then she would have been automatically an illegal immigrant as well because I don't have any sort of legal permit to stay in the UK. So up until then, I made myself a Kawasaki to Home Office after 4 years. Please like this live stream. There's 45 of you watching, only 12 of you like the video. So I don't think we need to use Betisa video anymore. So I hope you guys will be able to learn from what I'm about to say to you guys. That's why I said the things they don't want you to know, we'll put it out here. So like I said, I already had my first daughter. She was 9 months old, and then I was pregnant with the second one. I gave birth to her in the UK, and then 9 months after I gave birth to my second daughter, I found that I was pregnant again with my third child, which was my son. By then, things were already difficult because in the first place, UK was not our destination. Dublin was our destination. Then that was when Dublin was doing that thing that if you come into the Dublin, if you are pregnant and you give birth there, they will give you permit and stuff like that. But when we came, they said they've already stopped that process. Troy said, yes, so God bless you for this topic. Thank you, my sister. Abby says sometimes other people's experience is the best teacher. Absolutely, yes. So, like I was saying, UK was not our destination. Dublin was our destination. But when we came in, the person who was helping us with the immigration advice said, oh, don't make any attempts to go to Dublin, that they've stopped that process. So, kaput for UK. OJ said, newborn children automatically inherit the status of their parents. Exactly. So, which meant that I now have 2 children under 2 years of age and pregnant with another one. How am I going to do it? So, we were advised, go and Kawasaki to the immigration, which we did. And when we did, there was nothing in my mind to tell me that I was going to be given permit to remain. It was a 50-50 chance. Either they send it back home to Nigeria or they grant me. But the person who I was speaking to was like, with your 3 children, you are not going anywhere. They are not going to send you anywhere. So we did it. Abby said, yeah, my friend's younger sister was the last set to get island thing. Thanks, Abby, for confirming that. So you know where I'm coming from. So that was how I stayed put in the UK. So I had my son in 2006. I had my second son in 2010. So my second son, I gave birth to my second son in February of 2010. Anna's expression said, thank you, Mom5, for being transparent and sharing. Thank you so much, Anna's expression. So my second son, I had him in February of 2010, which means that I have been in the immigration asylum system for 4 years. And then in June of 2010, I received a call that I was granted indefinite leave to remain in the UK. So I got my indefinite leave to remain in the UK after 4 years. And during that 4 years, I was not allowed to work. I was provided everything. I was given accommodation. I was allowed to do anything I want to do. But there's a condition. I have to come to the immigration every week. Every week. So they know that I am still in the UK. I had to go to the Home Office every week. Some people, they go once every 6 months. At some point, I was telling my lawyer that, me that I have plenty children, where do I want to run to? Why are they asking me to come every week? Some people, they don't have children, they go once every 6 months. My lawyer was like, stop complaining. Do you have anywhere to go? By the way, she's a very, very lovely lady. I still have her contact till today. She was like, Wemi, do you have anywhere to go that you are complaining? I was like, but I go to college, this is that, it's hard. She was like, Wemi, 1 day a week is not too much. Go. So since my lawyer advised me there that way, I just bakamu. And if I was the only one going, it would have been better. But they often ask me to come with my children. So at times I will leave college, go to nursery, and then my 3 children were in different nurseries because at some point they did not have space for me to put 3 of them in the same nursery. So I had to put them in separate nurseries. So you can imagine the stress. So I would have to leave college, and then I was not driving then. I can't drive because I don't sabi anything. And even by then I told them that I can't speak English. I was telling them that I can't speak English. So everywhere I go, now an interpreter. Hence why I started this interpretation job. Money day there. So I will leave college. It's one day in the week, and it's always every Thursday. That's why I said asylum is very, very stressful. It's not for the faint-hearted at all. And that's why I always say that if you don't have children, don't even ask. Aduro exactly choice. Aduro, if you don't have children, don't go and put your neck. There are some people who have DM'd me, and the first question I was asking them, do you have children? They said no. I said, don't do it. They kept asking me questions. I did not reply them because that's the only answer I have for them. There's someone who's actually in Nigeria. I want to come to the UK to come and do Aduro. I have this disability. And I'm like, why do you want to leave Nigeria to come and do Aduro? Sister, stay where you are. It's only for those who are already here. Hello, Gist with B, my beautiful sister. How are you and the family? So Aduro is not for the faint-hearted. So I will go every week with my 3 children then. No, not 3. Yeah, 3 children then. I will go with them every week. I was doing that for 4 years. And then I fell pregnant with my second son. And then I was given maternity leave from Aduro. Maternity leave, which means that I will not come to Ilenla. So we call home office big house. So I will not go to big house for 5 months after I had my son. So that's my maternity leave from Aduro. It was while I was on Aduro that they called me in June to say, is that Wemimo? I said, yes. What are you doing? I said, I am standing at the bus stop. I'm just heading home. And the lady said, when you get home, how long will it take you to get home? I said, maybe in 20 minutes. She said, I'll call you in 25 minutes. And me, I was thinking, who is this person? I got home. I was waiting for the call. The person called me again. Oh, Wemimo, are you at home? I said, yes. And I was like, what's going on? It's just to advise you. It's just to notify you that you've been granted indefinite leave to remain in the UK. And I was like, sorry, come again? Yes, I'm just calling to tell you that you've been granted permanent residence in the UK. And she was like, oh, did you just recently had a son? I said, yes. She was like, okay, could you bring the original document, the original birth certificate of your child? Because they want to know the name on the birth certificate so that they can put it on the permanent residency of my baby. And then my son was just like, I had him in February and I was given permanent residency in June. So they want to put his name as it is on the birth certificate onto his documents. Come and see how I was jubilating. My husband like, why are you dancing? I said, paper don't enter. So after 4 years, after 3 children in Aduro, so that was how I got my indefinite leave. And then by November of that year, I found out I was pregnant with baby number 5. I found out I was pregnant with baby number 5. So when I got my indefinite leave to remain, you would think that my children will be British citizens straight away. No. So I got indefinite leave to remain. My 4 children all got indefinite leave to remain. Just because they have indefinite leave to remain does not make them a British citizen. No. No, it did not. And I will let you know why. Because when I was giving birth to my 3 children, I did not have any immigration status. Which meant that what they gave me was exactly what my children was given. So which meant that when I have indefinite leave to remain, they also give them indefinite leave to remain. Assuming the system, I don't know much about the system, but I can find out choice. And that's expression say, you are very fertile, my sister. No matter how much I run, that guy just score they go. He just score they go. They score, they score, they score, they go. No matter how much I ran, it just a score. The thing just enter baskets. So when I fell pregnant with my last daughter, so I got my indefinite leave to remain, and then I went back to my lawyer to say, I thought my children were British citizens. She said no, and I asked her why. She said because you did not have any permission to remain in the UK when you were giving back to your children. That is why. That the only way my children, the 4 children, the one I brought from Nigeria and the 3 that I had in the UK while I was in Adro, the only way they can be British citizen is if I register them to become a British citizen. Mom of 5, what about your husband? Still saying like, yes, but we do them separate. You know, Oga no go show now. Later Oga go show. Now so we do them. But they know say that in the throw ball inside the basket, they know because there's no need to lie about that. So what if you were on a work permit? That would have been a different process because you just keep renewing your visa. You will keep renewing. It depends on the type of visa you have. Some I renew every 2 years up until maybe 5 years, 8 years or something. And there's some people they just need to renew maybe twice to get. I think the renewal you have to be up to 10 years. So naturally, you have to have lived naturally in the UK on the right route for 10 years for you to become a British citizen. And you need to apply. And you will not become a British citizen straight away. You'll be given indefinite leave to remain. So she explained why my children were not given British citizens straight away. So what I now did then, I registered for this exam called Life in the UK test. I bought the book. I think the book was £25. I bought the book and I did the test. The test was £50. So the test was just to check your knowledge of what you know about the UK. They will ask you where is the House of Parliament? Who is the Queen? What is the name of the Queen of England? If you have a baby, who are the people that will come and visit you for the first 48 hours? Questions like that. All the things, the test was really, really easy. So I sat that test and I passed it and I was given a certificate. I still have that certificate today. I will have showed you guys. I didn't think we were going to talk about it. So I did that test, and that test was to help me naturalize to become a British citizen. So once you get your indefinite leave to remain in the UK, you can naturalize to become a British citizen after 1 year. Yes. So immediately it was a year after I got my indefinite leave to remain, I applied for that exam, I passed it, and I applied for my naturalization. And I think I paid 1,000. Let me find out. So this application I made it 10 years ago. So I don't know how much it will cost now. Cost of naturalization in the UK. Let me find the cost for you now. So as at when I applied for mine, I think it was about 1,000 something. But now it says it is between 1,630 to apply for citizenship for adults. I think mine was about 1,180 something. This was 10 years ago. Choice him said, yes, we have a test like that in Germany for citizenship. Okay, mom of five. I drew a stuff for just would be. I would not lie with you. That's why the people that have reached out to me, the first question I ask them is, do you have children? If they say they don't have children, I tell them not to do it. Even the one that has children, they sent them back. One very, very close to me, very close to me, like like muzzle in my neck. I told her, I advised her on what to do. She refused. At the end of the day, they sent her back to Nigeria. So when I applied for my naturalization, it was 1,100 and something. I think £1,184 was how much I paid. That was 10 years ago. And then after that, automatically I became a British citizen after a year after my indefinite leave to remain. So when I now gave birth to my last daughter, my last child, she became a British citizen automatically. And I'm sure you guys know the reason why, because I was already a British citizen when I gave birth to her. So my other four, because I did not have any sort of permission to stay in the UK, that was why they also got indefinite leave to remain, which means that for them to become a British citizen, I would need to apply for something they called registration to become British citizen. So I said, Adro is hard in Germany. It is a no for now in Germany. So my children were not British citizens straight away because they had indefinite leave to remain. No, I still had to register them to become British citizen. I think they call it. I think the form you use for children is form MN1. That's the form you need to download from the Home Office website. And for your child to become a British citizen, if they have indefinite leave to remain, your child have to be well behaved. If they are below the age of 10 or 10, they must not get any ASBO record. They must not get a record of a bad child in school. They must not get any, all these bad behaviors. They must not have any record, because if they have such record and you apply, Home Office could turn the application down. Yes, they could turn it down. So I applied for my British citizenship a year after I got my indefinite leave to remain, and obviously December of the year I got my permanent residency. I fell pregnant and I had my daughter the following year. And when I had her, she was automatically and a British citizen because I was already a British when I gave birth to her. And the only thing that I had to pay for her was a passport. I think I paid £45 for her red passport then. But my other four children, who were also given indefinite leave to remain, I had to apply to the Home Office to register them to become British citizen. And I have a reason for doing that. There's something about this Abby, remember this Jamaican people, there's this Windrush. So this is something similar for them. When their parents brought them to the UK, they have some sort of leave to remain, but their parents did not register them to become citizen of the UK or to become British citizen. So as the kids now grow older and all these policies changed, the Home Office did not regard them as British citizen because that application was not made for them by their parents. So that was why I decided to register my children to become British citizen. And I think I made a video in regards to that on my channel. I can't remember what video now. And that application for my four children cost me £5,700. Yes, I paid cash. I still have the receipt till today. I'm sure I did a video where I spoke about it, and I think I showed proof of the receipt of each application. So the application for each child I think was £987. And then I have to pay for biometrics, and then I have to pay for passport photographs. So each child application almost cost me 1,100 and something. But for all of my four children that were given indefinite leave to remain, I paid in total everything: postage, biometrics, passport photograph, this, that. I have to take their form to their administrator, to their head teacher in school to sign to attestate that they are good children. And whoever is going to attest for you must not be a family member. Luckily for me, then I had lots of Scottish friends around me then who were willing to do it. They were able to sign, give me their part, because anybody who is going to attest for them, they will have to put their passport number in the application, the job they do, their email, how did they know my children, or what is their relationship with my family or my children. They have to do that. So I just went through the school because obviously the school will know them better than anybody else. Choice Civil said in Germany, if the parent or one parent become a citizen, automatically all children become a citizen without you apply. It's the same as well, choice. Assuming I've not given back to any of my children and I was a British citizen, if I now start to have my children, they will become British automatically. So assuming I entered the UK and my husband was already a British citizen, if I now give back to all of my children will automatically become British citizen. As I dey born them like this, then be citizen. That's how it works. Vivi said, here in the UK, application is a must for the kids to exactly. So I made that application for my children, for my first four kids, and that application cost me £5,700 for the four of them. Yes, it was my last child because I was already Britico. Yes, I was already Britico before I gave birth to her. So automatically she became a British citizen. So that's how it works. So the way it is, your child is what you are in terms of your immigration status. If you're a British before you give birth to your child, automatically your child will become a British citizen. If it is your husband that is a British citizen before you give birth to your child, once you start having babies, automatically they will become a British citizen. If you're an illegal immigrant, if the man is a legal immigrant and you, the mother, you are a legal immigrant and you give birth to children, your child will be recognized as an illegal immigrant. Except that child has stayed in the UK consecutively for 10 years or more. Yes. I know a sister, a big auntie who went through that route. She gave birth, she's been here illegally. Okay. She gave birth to her child in the UK, and that child, to the best of my knowledge, is maybe going to be the same age as my second son now, maybe about 14. But it was when that child turned 10 or about to turn 11, they went to see a lawyer. They put in the application for them, and they were granted, I think, maybe 3 or 5 years. So she'll have to keep renewing. Hopefully, it won't be long till our daughter becomes a British citizen. By the way, the father of that child is an American. Yeah, it was when the father of that child visited the UK that was when that auntie and the man collabo, and the auntie age has gone on her. She's another age don't go for her hair, but she never born before. So when auntie realized that she get belle, auntie decided to keep her. Auntie decided to keep, but the Odogu, obviously he's based in America. He only came to the UK to visit. Auntie told the Oga that, Oga, that play where we do that day, you don't turn to Pikino. Oga no say anything. Auntie just kept on looking after her child. So now she's settled in the UK with her children. Also, each country has their own benefit. All these things that Melissa was complaining about, I'm actually surprised that she's complaining that she could have used that money to pay for their swimming class. But you're earning a lot of money. Your husband is rich, man. Your husband is regarded as, like I said, let me go and Google how much do doctors get paid in the UK. Let me Google. Oh, let me Google salary of doctors in the UK. Salary of doctors in the UK. So it says here that doctors in their first years of training earn between 32,000 and 37,000. So I want to believe that Melissa's husband is probably on a higher threshold of a doctor. Maybe he's a consultant, or obviously it depends on his how many years he's been practicing as a doctor, right? That's so I want to believe that he's probably going to be in the range of maybe. So here they said specialist trainee, doctors in specialist training earn between 42.5 grand and 63.5 and above. So I want to believe specialty doctors with at least 2 years of experience in a specialist area earn between 52,530 pounds and 82,000 and something pounds yearly. So if you're a specialist doctor, maybe like a cardiac doctor or a thoracic doctor or a lung surgery doctor, you'll probably be earning up to 82,000 pounds per annum. So that means all those surgeons are my work. The money where they hear me this. Eh? So they're making money like that. So Melissa, your husband is rich. Oh. I don't know why you are complaining about. I mean, I'm not shading you. I'm not shading you. We are just rubbing minds as sisters. Like I said, I'm sure you've been in the UK for a very long time. I want to believe your husband has been a practicing doctor. I don't know what line of doctoring it is into, but yeah, a specialty doctor earns between 52,500 pounds to 82,500 pounds yearly. If you are a consultant, which means you could be a surgeon, like the ones in my work now, all of our thoracic surgeons, all of our cardiac surgeons, you know, you'll be earning between 99 grand and over 131,000 pounds per annum. And some of them, it's only 3 times a day, a week they're at work, and majority of them work in a private clinic as well. See, those of you that have private health insurance, that you can't wait for the NHS, you'll be surprised that if you are eventually going to need surgery, it is the hospital they will have sent you to as an NHS patient. You'll be surprised to see that it is your doctor, your GP, that you will meet in that private health hospital. Because most of these our GPs, doctors, most of them work in a private hospital as well. That's why doctors can never be poor in this country. So this GP that you and I go to see in the clinic, if you have maybe your tummy is paining you now and you want to go and see your GP to book an appointment. So yeah, those GP, they earn between 68,000, almost 70,000 pounds per annum, between 70,000 pounds per annum and 104,000 pounds per annum. That's how much they earn. So Melissa, you and your husband are rich. So let me recommend. Vivi said yes. However, there's an application you can put in once the kid is 7 years old. I think it's now 10 years old. Vivi, like I said, that auntie I was telling you about, it was not until her daughter turned 10 that the lawyer was able to put in an application for her. The kid gets a residence permit before getting British citizen at 10 years old. So maybe her mom delayed the application. Maybe she was terrified. So I'm sure it was when she turned 10 that she summoned the courage to go see an immigration lawyer. And yes, that application no tear at all. I think within 3 months, they got a response back that she was granted. Vivi said the parents can also be awarded residence permit through such a child. Absolutely, you are right, Vivi. But then, good luck, make immigration no catch you before that time come. Because I don't know how that auntie survived. She was doing all of this. She was doing all of this SVQ training. You see, that's why I said in London, you in London, you feel use Ojuoloju to work. Before they know, say no be you dey inside. You go don't make money well. But in Scotland, black people no plenty for Scotland. So if you do that kind of thing, they will catch you. So I don't know how she was able to get by all these years. In fact, she arrived in the UK before me and my husband arrived. So she's been in the UK I think 2 years before me and my husband arrived. So she's been maybe over 20, 21 years now that she's been in the UK. You know, Adetutu said doctor's appointment now what private, doctor's appointment now with private is hey, see, sure you see. And you can imagine if such doctor sees 20 patients in a day on top of their annual salary. So Melissa, you and your husband, you are making money. You and your husband, you are making money. So you still want to be dragging the extra change. Because at the end of the day, how much is swimming? How much is swimming lessons? Swimming lessons is not expensive. Swimming lesson is not expensive. And for me, all those extracurricular activities, I did not take any of my children for it because those activities were readily available for them in school. There was a time when they were going to teach my kids, my all of my children when they were in school. I think those training come at certain stages in their school curriculum. They were going to have a 12-week swimming training, and all the school asked for each parent who wants their child to partake in that swimming training was £20. And that swimming training and lesson was for 12 weeks. So they go once every week. That was how each of my children learned how to swim. And how much did the school ask for? £20 for the duration of 12 weeks. Not £20 every week. Oh. For the entire 12 weeks, the school only asked the parent who wants their child to go to pay £20 as support. That was why I said I have a video that I've made, not really intensive, but about why I would not leave Scotland. Like 19 years counting. Why am I still in Scotland? The things I'm enjoying, the benefit of Scotland. And don't get me wrong, there are benefits that every other citizen in Scotland that you get, you enjoy. Like in Scotland now, we don't pay for prescription. We don't pay for, if you go to see your GP now, and your GP give medicine for your tummy pain or any medication, take it to the pharmacy. You're not going to pay any kobo. You're not paying any penny. But in England, they pay for prescription. So immigration, immigration and settlement in the UK is straightforward if you follow the right channel, if you have the right information. That's just what I want to tell you. And the majority of people that are jackpying, they are jackpying blindly. They are jackpying blindly. Because if you know you don't want to go back to Nigeria and you're coming to this country, why are you bloody coming in with a visiting visa? Why? Why are you coming with a visiting visa when there are thousands, hundreds of many more routes that you can come in? And at some point, even when I made the application to register my children as a British citizen, I was like, that is robbery. That's a daylight robbery. That we shouldn't have to pay that money. They could just say, okay, after a year, make this application. Or even though for me, I could have used the fee waiver. But my lawyer was like, it's not going to work because at the end of the day, your application will be delayed. Maybe you only get like maybe 50% off as a fee waiver. And because I was working then, they will not give me a fee waiver. Assuming I was not working, they will have given me maybe half of the money. Say, okay, pay half for that application and you pay and we will cover half. But because I was working full time then, I was not given a fee waiver, so I had to pay the money. Me and my husband, we blew that money out of our nose. £5,700 for 4 of my children. So when I became a citizenship, a British citizen, I went for this citizenship ceremony. I can't even remember where the picture was. I can't remember. I'm sure I did. I went for that citizenship ceremony, and I had to pay for that citizenship ceremony again. I think I paid £80 or something. And they presented with my certificate, and I took a picture with the registrar then. And I remember it was not long after I gave birth to my last daughter. I remember she was in a car seat, more of a baby. She was in a car seat when that day when we went for that citizenship. So, like I said, there's so many routes to settle in the UK. And if you're already in the UK, you just have to understand that there are processes, right? You can't just jump the queue. You can't jump. So people would then go and go. One of them fair Oyibo, they will go and be marrying Oyibo or go and be marrying EEA or EU people. I know how many people those people robbed with that kind of process. Adetutu said, and Vivi said, even if you register your kid at any leisure for swimming class, it is very, very exactly, it's very, very affordable. So when I heard her complaining and that, oh, because of that money that she was there, I'm not excited to anything. But says, boy, you and your husband, you are on a high threshold. Your income, you are on a high threshold. Only if you want to live on benefit, then maybe you cut your hours back. And so I said at the beginning that what, if there's anyone that is living on benefit alone, trust me, you're just limiting yourself. You'll be limiting yourself on how you live and what kind of lifestyle you want or lifestyle that you have. Okay. All these people want to buy, you want to buy a brand new car. Yeah, you can buy a car, but you can buy it on finance. You don't have to pay once. You can pay it every month. You want to get a mortgage. If you don't have enough money, living on benefits. How do you want to get a bloody mortgage if you are living on benefits? How? How? But if you are working full time and you are putting all your might into your work and you're making your money, come, you will even think of the benefits. Even me, I've already prepared myself that no, once my last child turns 18, I know the extra money is not going to come in. But when this money stops coming in, I will be fine. I will be fine because I know by the time I'm on the top, is it top once I'm on the band 5 top threshold now, my salary will increase. And then once I'm on that on that band, I'm open to, move from a band 5 to a band 6 at some point. And when I'm ready for that, I will go back to uni, do my MSc, and then move up the ladder. But right now, I'm not in a rush. But there's some people, it is on top of this benefit, they go die. And some, they just keep having babies every year. I'm done doing that. I'm done doing that. And when I was having my kids, I was not having them because I thought I would be getting benefit. No, it was because obviously African men, they don't believe in, contraceptive, especially you are my wife now. Why should I be using protection? That's what my husband would tell me. Why should I be using protection? And then I was not sure of what type of contraceptive I wanted to use. And then I always say to people that see my last 2 children, I'm thankful that God gave me them. I did not plan to have 5 children. I did not plan to have 5 children. In fact, I made up my mind when I had a third one because I hemorrhaged. I almost died when I had my first son. I almost died. I had a straightforward pregnancy. No wala at all during my pregnancy. Everything went smoothly. Apart from having sciatica during my pregnancy, I was fine. And then I went into the hospital. Labor came on fine. I called the ambulance. They came in. I have my bags. And the ambulance people were even laughing. Are you sure you're gonna have your son today? I'm like, this is now today's date, then give me. I'm giving birth to my baby today. They were just laughing. I had my car seat. I had everything packed with me because I knew my baby was coming that Sunday. I had him on a Sunday. Got to the hospital. Labor was pretty much quick. I had him in about maybe 3 hours into labor. I had him and they gave him to me. Immediately they gave him to me. You know the way once a woman finished having baby, they started pressing on your tummy. Immediately that midwife touched my abdomen. I screamed out in pain. I screamed. And she was like, what happened? I said, it felt as if you're cutting me open with a knife. Immediately I said that, they snatched my son off me. There was a big button, like a stop emergency button at the top of the head of the bed. She just leaned forward, hit that button, and then I started hearing when. There were 4 people in the room. Before I knew it, there were like almost 16 to 20 people in the room. The last thing I remember was I was in a big room. There's this big light, big massive light at the top of my head. And I saw somebody asking me saying that I'm gonna put this mask on your face. I need you to count 1 to 3. Before I even say one, that was all I remember. I hemorrhaged, and we know that hemorrhaging is killing almost black Americans in America when they have children, especially women, black women when they have children in America. What thing they kill them most? Hemorrhage. And in Nigeria as well, when you see people die from hemorrhaging, I thank God. I almost died. And when they told me what happened, I was like, that's it, no more children. I did not plan on having 5 kids because a few people were like, oh, it's because you know of the benefit system. That was assuming that that means that I came through Adru. I was thinking of having many more children, but it happened. And then there's these things, when you find out you are pregnant, you start loving that child, even when it's just a tiny blood in you. That was how I felt with all of my pregnancies. When I found out I was pregnant, in fact, most time I was not even the one that found out. It was my husband who told me that, you this woman, I think you are pregnant. And I'll be like, how do you know I'm pregnant? It was like, well, go and do test, Joe. Go and do test. I'm sure you're pregnant. And then I'll go and do a test and you turn out I'm pregnant. And I'm like, Mr. Man, how did you know? So for me to end up having 2 extra babies, it was because I was advised not to go on any sort of contraceptive because they were trying to figure out what led to me bleeding to the hemorrhage. By the time they told me to come back to come and get contraceptive, I was already pregnant. I was already pregnant with baby number 4. And am I surprised? I think my husband planned it because my mother-in-law I think she had 14 children. My husband is the last child of my mother-in-law. May God rest her soul. Now she passed away a week and a half ago. My mother-in-law had 14 children, and my husband is the last child. My husband is the number 14. Let me recommend and we round up, guys. Adetutu said, I paid £28 this term for swimming for 12. See, it's very, very affordable. And our rich sister, Our rich Canadian sister here is saying that they are not. I mean, it's a good thing that you are able to do things without depending on the government. See, if me, if I have a job that puts me in a situation whereby I'm not depending on the government, I would take it with all of my heart. I will gladly take it. That way, you don't leave yourself open to government investigating you. During that time they were supporting me, do you know how many times they said they are investigating me? That they wanted to be sure that I'm the one that had all the 5 kids. That I should bring school records, I should bring birth certificates, I should bring any school club that the children go. They just want to be sure that the kids are mine, because at some point I think they found out that some people are taking up other illegal immigrants' children and claiming them as their kids so they could get benefit for them. Yes, during that time it was happening, especially a lot in London. A sister might just maybe a sister that has a British citizenship now, and her sister just came and they don't have paper. She might decide to take that her sister's child and hide it to her children and say that's her child, and they'll start claiming money for that child from the government. There were lots of people were doing it. Like almost every year, the HMRC were investigating me. Bring this record. Are you sure all of these kids are yours? When did you have them? What hospital did you have them? This, and I'm like, why are they asking all these questions? And yes, I provide them all the evidence because yes, they are my kids. The problem is our people want to make money but not giving own quota. You are right, Adetutu. Melissa, we are not saying it's you, but we are just saying some of our people. You are right, Adetutu. I agree with you 100%. Vivi said yes, fee waiver is quite dicey on application, mostly for one that can prove being destitute low income. Yes, so that was what my lawyer, but my lawyer said no, when you are working, this process is long, your application will be delayed, and I can guarantee you you're not going to get the fee waiver. So if you have the money, just pay it. That was what she told me. And I was looking at that money in my account. I was looking at that money in my account. All this money that I've been saving, all the money that we are saving, 5,700 pounds. I still have the receipts. That was how much I paid for 4 of them to become a British citizen. So today my children are getting the benefits. Hmm? They are British citizens already. If they decide to know whatever they want to do, I know that in years to come, no matter what the policy or what the immigration law might change, it will not affect them in any way because I've already paid that sacrifice for them. I've already done the application, paid it for them. I think when I said I made a video, it was about a lady on YouTube. Something She's married to her boyfriend now. She's called Mrs. Biston, Biston on Instagram. I think when she came into the UK, I don't know what happened with her application. Maybe her parents did not apply for her citizenship or something. So the Home Office now said I think she's grown all her life in the UK, but her parents did not apply for her to become a British citizen. So now the Home Office now said they want to return her back to her country. In fact, BBC News interviewed her. People, were canvassing for her to raise money for her. At some point, people came for her that, oh, but you're a content creator. You're always showcasing expensive holiday. You're always showcasing expensive bags. And she was like, no, sometimes all these brands pay her. And sometimes most of her videos that she does, the things that she showcases, they are gifts from the brands. People are like, no, they don't believe her, blah, blah, blah. So she was able to raise the money. She's doing fine now. In fact, she recently had her second baby. She's doing fine. So you don't want to put your children through that down the line when as a parent you could have, pay all of that and that's it done. Because in the UK, policies, rules are changing every day. Every day. Guys, I'm going to read comment and then we'll round up, guys. Vivi said yes, the DWP monitor you when you are collecting a lot from it. Yeah, so I'm telling you that I went from collecting £2,300 every month. £2,300 every month. That was what they were paying me every month when all of my kids were below the age of 18. And then I think I was working, maybe I was only working 16 hours a week then. I was working 16 hours a week because all of my kids were still below the age that I wouldn't have been able to do full time. And if I do full time, most of my salary will be going towards childcare. So I was working part time with Sainsbury's then. I was getting a lot of money, a lot of money. So yeah, it's understandable that they always want to know that those kids are mine. Vivi said that's why I love how they respond to emergencies abroad. hmm In Africa, many ladies have passed away due to this. No quick measures. You know what, Vivi, that testimony, and even before when I shared that testimony with my mom was like she had a dream that something happened to me when I. No, my mom often says that I don't know the war that God has fought for me, that you had 5 children and all of them no issues, no complications, mom all the time, mom and baby, 5 times when a woman will go once and they will not come out. God, I'm not using this to mock all those people. Who, I'm just using this as a testimony and as a as a thanksgiving. My mom always said that having children is not easy, but you're okay. So you have five single, annually, like single time. Nobody say you get five babies at once. You went into the labor room five times and you came out each time. That you don't know the war that God fought for you. Every time I call my mom to say, "Mom, I'm pregnant," this is that, she will just say that, when I have the baby, she'll like, "Oh, you don't know the war that God fought for you." And I know, yes, that God, that time when I hemorrhaged, I know God was in the war with my enemies fighting for me, because I think I had my son about, I think about 5 o'clock in the evening, and I did not wake up till, I can't even remember what time I woke. I just remember that I woke up in a very, very dark room, and then they turned out like I was in a single room and my baby was not with me. And then that was when, I was moved into the room where you go to after you have your baby. And then the following day I saw my doctor and she explained that, I hemorrhage. And I was like, "What's hemorrhage?" So she was like, "No, after you had your baby, that I was bleeding, and the blood was not coming out, the blood was clotting inside of me, which, if they've not noticed, or maybe if they've not touched my tummy and have not made that loud noise, they wouldn't have known that that was what was happening. Some women could pass away. My enemy could have passed away from there." So that was what happened, and I'm super thankful. And afterward, I went on to have two more babies. I don't even know what came into my head. Where I was not planning, like I said, I was not planning to have more babies, but my husband made it happen. So hence why I became mom of five children. But I'm thankful to God today, because look at them. They are all grown. The last one is going to turn 13 in December. So I give thanks to God for that. Um, Vivi said, "I agree. It's not by our strength or our mind, but by a special grace. It's by a special grace." So, anyway, guys, I hope you've all learned from what I've said today, that there are so many routes to coming into the UK, and the most easiest way that will make your settlement, that will make your living abroad easy for you, is if you come through the legal means. Either come through the carer visa, or coming through at the highly skilled visa, or coming through, there's so many route of visa that you can come in through. And once you come into in with with a legal visa, just follow the route that has been set down for that visa. So if you come in with a 2-year visa, you probably need to keep renewing for a certain amount of time, and then you get your indefinite leave to remain. It depends on the type of visa that you enter the UK with, that will determine the route at which you will settle in the UK. If you come in with a visiting visa, you will not settle. As time goes on, you start running from immigration. If you come in through the health and care worker visa, I know now that you can't bring your dependent, but if you follow the route, at some point you will get settlement. Or if you're already in the UK with some sort of visa, excluding visiting visa, and you have a family already in the UK that is already settled, you can do family whatever. I can't remember what they call it now. Family something something. You can get settlement via your family that is already in the UK, who is already settled. You can get that. You can. At some point during my Adru application, one of my aunties in London, she's a Britico. So when I was applying, then obviously I was told that I needed support letter. That, do I have anybody who is close to me who was already a British citizen? And I speak to this to my aunt, and she was like, "Yeah." So she and her husband wrote me a letter. They added their British passport. This, that. I'm sure that also contributed to why the Home Office gave me my settlement in the UK. So I claim that I've got family life. She's my aunt. She's a British citizen. She's married. She's doing well for herself. I asked her to write me a letter. She did. You know, I felt like that also contributed to all the credits I had, which enabled the Home Office to give me a settlement in the UK. And looking back now, like I said, I got my settlement in 2014, 2010. It's been 14 years, and I'm thankful. So, guys, thank you so much. This is going to be the end of this live stream. I hope you've all learned one or two things from this. And if you've got any questions, please kindly leave them in the comment section. And like I said, if you go to www.gov.uk, there are lots of advice and information on how to settlement in the UK, coming into the UK. You don't even need any agency. You don't even need any agent to help you make this application. It's something you can do yourself. It's something you can do yourself. So anyway, guys, I really appreciate each and every one of you who have joined this live stream. I really, really do appreciate you. And if you've watched me till now, you've not yet subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? So don't forget to like, drop a comment in the comment section, subscribe if you want to see many more videos like this, or if you've got a video you want me to discuss, if you've got a particular topic you want me to discuss specifically, you can either DM me on my Instagram or send me an email or leave it in the comment section if you're watching this video back. If I don't have the answer to any of your question, I will point you in the right direction if I find any. And if it's something I can do a video about, I'll come here and speak about it. Okay. Like I said, I'm not an immigration lawyer. I'm not giving legal advices, but I can point in the direction of lawyers that I think might be able to help you. Okay. So anyway, thank you so much. And like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video, thumbs up, share it, and and I shall see you tomorrow. We have a serious freaky Sunday topic tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much, and have a lovely Saturday now, wherever you are. Bye everyone. Bye everyone. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Hope I'll see you guys later, all right? Bye.